Hi everybody, welcome to IPO Stocks channel. Today I present you a new episode. Specifically, I will give you 5 top mid-cap stocks for 2021. So these mid-cap stocks have very strong momentum and they have good growth as well. And I think the mid-cap space has very strong room to run in this strong year 2021. So I think it definitely pays if you watch that video until the end with me and have a look at all of these strong stocks. So before I start right off with the first mid-cap stock, I have to make a short disclaimer. This video does not constitute financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only, so please consider that. And also one more quick note, please subscribe now to my channel with a link in the description below so that going forward you do not miss any market leading stocks from me, and also that you do not miss part 2 of the mid-cap stocks, which I will release soon. Okay, so let's start right off with the first mid-cap stock for today. And as you can see it here in the chart, it is PENN, Penn National Gaming. Here you can see the long-term chart of Penn National, and as you can see, we had a nice uptrend from around February 2017 until July 2018, and then we had a correction phase in Penn National and a sideways moving phase for quite some time, and then we tried to break out of that sideways moving phase. In November 2019, we formed a nice uptrend, but the uptrend lasted not very long. Then in February 2020, we broke down again in Penn National strongly. We made the Corona low in March 2020. We reversed from that low, traded to the upside, broke that downtrend and sideways moving trend, formed a nice and very strong uptrend since then. And we had here a very strong momentum move. I mean, the low was, when we look in the chart, the low was exactly at around $3, a little bit above $3.50, and now we are trading at $120 in Pan National. I mean, this is a quite strong momentum move. Definitely a very strong momentum move. In the short-term chart here, we see an uptrend, nice uptrend. Here, for instance, you see a base in that uptrend, which is a period of pause and you see here we broke out of that base, traded to the upside, and here we had another base, could break out here as well out of that base and trade to the upside again. So we are currently having a strong uptrend in Pan National Gaming. And here you see, for instance, we bounce off the 50-day, traded to the upside. Here we bounce off the 100-day moving average, traded to the upside strongly. And yeah, now we're looking here, we'll get back a little bit in Pan National, but still we're looking excellent here from a technical standpoint. When we look at the growth characteristics for Pan National, the EPS growth, it's good with 30%. The sales growth is a little bit sluggish with minus 20%. And the relative strength rating, it's good or it's okay with 87. So I think Pan National is definitely a top mid-cap stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for Penn National. Now let's have a look at the next mid-cap stock for 2021 for today. And it is GNRC, Generac Holdings. Generac Holdings. Here you can see the long-term chart of Generac, and as you can see, we have been in a long-term uptrend in Generac. Here, for instance, we had a nice bounce of the 50-day or the 50-week moving average. Here we had a cut it, had a longer correction phase, but then we finally could break out here and experience a way strong uptrend in Generac, especially when you look here, we traded around $55 in May 2019, and now we are trading at $360. I mean, nearly a 7 times move, 6.5 to 7 times move in just a little bit longer than 2 years. I mean, this is kind of a strong move for a mid-cap stock. The short-term chart, you see a strong uptrend here. You see as well here we bounce off the 40-day moving average, traded to the upside. Here we bounce off the 100-day around that level, traded to the upside. Recently here we bounce off the 30-day moving average and traded to the upside strongly. And here we had a strong earnings gap up. So from a technical standpoint, GNRC is looking great here. And when we look at the growth characteristics, these are excellent as well, or good as well. The EPS growth is very strong with plus 78%, and the sales growth is strong too with plus 28%, and the relative strength rating, it's okay with 86. So with these characteristics, GNRC is definitely a top mid-cap stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for GNRC. Now let's have a look at the next mid-cap stock for 2021. And it is RUNE, Sunrun. Here you can see the long-term chart of Sunrun. And by the way, Sunrun, it's a solar energy stock, and it's in my solar energy stocks. In one of my solar energy stocks video. So if you are interested in solar energy stocks, have a look on my channel. And it's also, I think it's also in my clean energy stocks videos. These are excellent new themes, and the clean energy space and the solar space. I think it's will be more in need than soon. I mean, I think these stocks could have strong runs, and some of them had way strong runs here today or over the last year. For instance, Plug Power with more than 1000% in 1 year. I mean, very strong performance. So if you are interested in new themes like this, green energy themes and green investing themes, have a look on my channel. As said, the clean energy stocks video or the solar stocks video could be a fit then for you. Okay, yeah, Sunrun had its IPO in August 2015, and after its IPO it had a downtrend, but it could reverse from that downtrend and break that downtrend, let's say around March 2018, from a nice and very strong uptrend. Then we had a sideways moving phase. Here we see a strong breakdown, a corona breakdown. But here we met the low in March 2020. With that breakdown, we reversed from that low, traded to the upside, and then we could finally form a nice and very strong uptrend since then. The short-term chart, you see an uptrend here, and you see here as well. We have been moving sideways for quite some time now in Sunrun, and currently we are trading at the 100-day moving average, the green line here, and I think soon we could see again a bounce to the upside from the 100-day moving average. I mean, here quite often we bounce from the 100-day moving average, so I think a bounce, it could happen soon. When we look at the growth characteristics for Sunrun, the EPS growth is super strong with 510%. The sales growth is a little bit sluggish with -7%, but the relative strength rating, it's okay with 86. So I think with these characteristics, Sunrun is also a good mid-cap stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for Sunrun. Now let's have a look at the next mid-cap stock for 2021. And it is LAD, Lithia Motors. Here you can see the long-term chart of Lithia Motors, and as you can see, we had we started to build an uptrend. Let's say started around here March 2019 when we broke the downtrending moving averages, and we traded to the upside from the nice uptrend. The moving averages were trending up quite nicely, but then we had also a strong corona breakdown in Lithia Motors, but we made a low around March 2020, reversed from that low, traded to the upside, and formed a nice and very strong uptrend since then. The short-term chart, we see an uptrend here, and here we can see as well still an uptrend, but a little bit at let's say pullbacks, stronger pullbacks, and then recoveries, pullbacks, recoveries in Lithia Motors. But here in the long-term chart, you see, for instance, here we bounce with the 100-day moving average. Here we bounce, we undercut the 50-day a little bit, but we had then a bounce as well. And for instance, here we bounce with the 50-day moving average, traded to the upside. Here we bounced off the 20-day moving average, and again here we bounced off the 20-day moving average and traded to the upside. So from a technical standpoint, Lithia Motors is looking good here. And when we look at the growth characteristics, the EPS growth is very strong with 115%, and the sales growth, it's good with 15%, and the relative strength rating, it's okay with 85. So with these characteristics, Lithia Motors is definitely a top mid-cap stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for Lithia Motors. So now we come to the last mid-cap stock for 2021 for today, and it is IIVI. Here you can see the long-term chart of IIVI, and as you can see, we had a nice uptrend building here from, let's say, around February 2015, lasted until January 2018, and then we started in rolling over and entered into a correction and downtrending phase where we had the low in March 2020. We could reverse from that corona low, trade to the upside, break the downtrend in May 2020, and form a nice and very strong uptrend since then. And you can see as well here we had a nice bounce of the 50-day to the upside strongly, of the 250-day moving average, which corresponds to the 50-week moving average. And in the short-term chart, you see here, sideways moving phase, breakout, still sideways moving phase or period of pause base, and finally the breakout and a strong uptrend, very strong uptrend in IIVI. And recently, for instance, here it looks like we bounced off the 40-day moving average. When we look at the growth characteristics for IIVI, the EPS growth, it's sluggish, it's minus 186%, but the sales growth, it's very good with 66%, and the relative strength rating, it's okay with 82. So I think with these characteristics, IIVI is also a good mid-cap stock for 2021. Okay, so these were the mid-cap stocks for 2021 for today. I hope in that video are some nice mid-cap stocks for you, which you can use for your research. And also please subscribe now to my channel with the link in the description below, so that going forward you do not miss any market leading stocks from me, and also that you do not miss part 2 of the mid-cap stocks, which I will release soon. Okay, I think this year will be an exciting stock trading year with all these fiscal and monetary stimulus going on around the world from all of these central banks and governments. And I think there is so much liquidity out there, so that could propel the stock prices higher and higher into new high grounds and have very strong performances for us stock investors. So I hope to see you again soon, and I wish you good luck in trading. Cheers.